Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast. I'm your host, Sunix, and with me today, as always, is our sports analyst and expert, the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame in his game because he's always the same. Isn't that right, Grumpy?
That's me.
That's right. That is you. So if just want to let you guys know we got to go over some housekeeping first. If you guys enjoy the content over here, and even if you don't, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment so we can juice up that algorithm and get this show out to as many people as possible. We want everybody watching. Usually shoot to have this show every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're a little late. Not my fault this time.
It's true, Mr. X. It was my fault. I had someone that I used to work for, a zillion years ago, gave me a call for Christmas, and I felt it was more important, no offense to the listeners, more important to take that phone call and spend, 10 or 15 minutes talking with those nice older people who were nice enough to remember me at Christmas time.
We'll let it slide this time, Grumpy.
Thank you, Mr. X.
We'll let it slide this time.
Where are you, X? Looks like you're in some new abode there. What's going on there?
New house. Look at this. Brand new dig. Brand new palace. Got my piano over here.
Do you know how to play the piano?
I know how to play some stuff on the piano. Yes.
No, you know nothing.
A little bit. I don't know how to actually play the instrument now.
Okay.
No. Anyway, if you guys enjoy the content that we do here, you should check us out on our other channel called the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. That is hosted every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes. That is all Islanders hockey talk, and then sometimes some other stuff sprinkled in occasionally. But yeah, all Islanders hockey. If you guys enjoy the content over here, definitely go check us out.
I agree.
So grumpy.
Yes.
We had some big NFL games today. I've heard some murmurs online that, and from other people, other listeners of the show too, have said this. They feel that there might be some rigging going on with some of these games to make it where, you've got two teams coming down to the wire facing off against each other for final playoff spots.
I do find it interesting that really the playoffs have been, for the most part, determined 2-3 weeks ago. You already knew.
With the exception of a couple of teams.
With the exception of a couple of teams that were in divisions that are really sucky.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you know, somehow both of those games are being scheduled the last week of the year, and it's winner take all.
And we could go over who the two teams are. It is the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game will be at Tampa. And then also it is I think it's the Ravens and the Steelers, correct?
Yeah. All the Steelers had to do today is beat
the 3-win Browns.
The lowly Shedeur Sanders-led Cleveland Browns.
I heard there were some questionable calls in that game for certain. There's a questionable roughing the passer penalty that was thrown on, I think a third down at their goal line, the Browns goal line. Which people were like, how is this roughing the passer? What do you want the guy to do? Not make a tackle?
Again, I understand they want to protect the quarterbacks. I got that. But it's football, okay? It's not ice capades. It's not, the ballet. It's professional football. Guys get hit. Guys get hurt. Just is what it is. I mean, I don't know if you saw the play that they called a pass interference call on the Chargers yesterday against Houston on a pivotal third down and long. I mean, and it winds up the guy gets sacked, Stroud gets sacked, and they wound up giving him an automatic first down, which I was like, you got to be kidding me, honestly.
Yeah, I did not see that.
It was actually initiated by the wide receiver. So terrible call. If
I'm being honest, I think that there's a lot of sketchy things that are done in these games.
I just can't believe that Pittsburgh came out and laid such an egg against Cleveland of all teams.
Yeah, well, here I'll show you. There's one play here that I can pull up and share the screen with. Well, give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm not working in my usual setup, so it's going to take me a minute to get used to this. Okay.
Oh. Come on, X.
Here we go. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see something there. Yeah, here we go.
No pass interference call here. How is that not PI?
Yeah, he's not looking. He kind of pulls his arms down as the ball's
Doesn't even turn his head at all. His head's not turned at all.
Yeah, that's got to be pass interference. I mean,
No
it's
call.
close. It's close, but still, that's something you got to call. There was also one where, well, yeah,
no call.
Very questionable. Very questionable. It's one of those bang bang plays, though, right?
Okay, but still, it's like there are multiple plays like that in the Steelers game, multiple that occurred. It's not just one.
Okay, the Steelers should have manhandled Cleveland today.
I agree, but okay, when I'm sure there's more than just that. When that continues to happen, it absolutely affects the outcome of games. It definitely. Okay, think about it. They have another 4 tries right there at the goal line. Do you really not think that they're going to punch it in at the goal line, the Steelers? I think they are. It takes points off the board.
Okay. That game shouldn't be close. That game shouldn't be close.
I agree.
Sanders threw 2 picks. Now, one was not his fault. He was, as he's throwing the ball, he was hit and threw a duck. But he threw a touchdown pass today to Harold Fannin Jr., where that ball was practically helicoptered out there and nobody touched him. And it was a great play by Harold Fannin Jr. Wound up hurting his groin after that. And I don't think he came back.
Yes, he did not come back.
Which was a big loss for Cleveland. If you're Cleveland, I mean, you got to be thinking. I just think it's a weak quarterback draft this year, and they need a quarterback. Who are they going to play? Deshaun Watson? Is he going to get a shot to come back next year? I don't know. Dylan Gabriel sucks. Shedeur Sanders he's the same. What's the difference?
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders is not good. But then also we have plays like this, which, makes you question what's going on here. Oh, look at the safety over here. What are you even doing?
Well,
he doesn't even make an attempt on the ball.
Okay, but he's going. When he looks back, the ball, he doesn't realize where the ball is supposed to be. He's tracking the wide receiver.
Okay, you realize he's looking up at the ball right here.
Okay, but now he has
the receiver.
Okay, but Harold Fannin, he's already stopped. He's just turns up and looks. He's going 100 miles an hour one direction. That ball, Harold Fannin has already seen it. He's already stopped his right and has to fall back to make the play.
He starts looking at the ball right here.
Okay. You know how hard it is when you're gunning it over there to just stop? And right now he's putting it to stop. He's stopping the brakes right now.
No, he's
Yeah, he is. Yes, no, he's
jump backwards, dude. Jump back or jump up. Jump up in the air. Jump up and make a play on the ball. Jump and try and make a play on the ball.
Okay. Are you trying to say
he avoided the contact with Harold Fannin is what he did. Look, he looks right at Fannin and says, "I'm getting out of the way."
If he hits him, what is it?
It's a PI.
Okay, it's PI.
Well, sorry, it's a PI for one team, but it's not the other.
But if he hits him, do
we really know if that's the officiating? Well, then I guess it's not a PI. So maybe he should have done that.
Okay. If he hits him there, it's pass interference. Automatically,
that's poor defensive play. That's poor defensive play, is what it is. Poor defensive play.
I just think the guy's busting it over there, and it's awful tough to just slam the brakes on and make a play on a ball that's basically swerving away from you behind you. It was a tremendous catch by Harold Fannin, right? He winds up injuring himself on the play.
Well, he's still able to magically celebrate after he scored, but then magically came up injured.
Okay. I think he's pretty good.
Oh, I know he's pretty good. You stole him from me.
First of all, I didn't steal him from you. He was. What do you mean?
All right. Then we have this here. This is
He wasn't even on my team.
He was on one of your teams. This is your boy Shedeur Sanders here with probably arguably one of the worst interceptions of all time.
Taking to the line, buying time, needing it, desperation throw. Not a good.
Dude, what is he even looking at?
Throwing across the field, a jump ball, across the body. He's not a good quarterback.
I'm sorry. That's just terrible.
Not a good one at all.
That's unacceptable.
Now the other one that he threw,
It's deflection. I'm not going to blame him on that. It deflected off the line. I don't know, questionable. Then we had here this was another play that was on. I remember watching this live, and I was like, what in the hell is he doing? It says here, Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders is under heavy criticism for celebrating like he won the Super Bowl.
I was going to comment on that.
And was stopped on third down. Very weird celebration for a failed conversion. Yeah, I remember I was watching this live. I was like, why the hell is this guy celebrating? I was like, he's short. He's short by like 5 yards.
I think it's just the fact that he didn't get tackled right away.
I don't know.
I don't know how he doesn't seem to diagnose plays well. I mean, I think he really wanted to celebrate more, and then he realized, oh shit, okay. Somebody said to him, "Hey, buddy,
you're short by like 7 yards, brother."
Yeah, he wanted to celebrate. He just did. That's okay. That's the problem with
he's out for himself and not the team.
If you're a quarterback, and I'm not saying quarterbacks never celebrate, but you have to be more of a leader when you're a quarterback. It can't be about you. It can't be. You have to be the team leader out there on the offensive side of the ball. Is that fair? I mean, that's fair,
absolutely
right?
You do. Absolutely you do. I did want to post this as well. Here's something interesting. So Max Crosby today was seen playing basketball, and he posted multiple videos of himself jumping around, taking jump shots, and playing basketball at his house when he's apparently supposed to be placed on the IR. It said Max Crosby said last week he doesn't care about the draft position. He doesn't play for that. Days later, the Raiders placed him on IR, ending his season with 2 games left. Yesterday, Crosby posted these clips of him playing basketball and on a trampoline with his daughter.
No.
So he's taking jump shots.
She's a pretty shitty defender.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he just walked right around her.
They're saying he's taking jump shots. He's out here, just messing around. I don't know if it's going to load, but he's out here just kind of messing around.
On the line.
Yeah, I don't give a about the pick. Like, to be honest, I don't play for that. I don't. That's not my job. My job is to be the best defensive end in the world, and that's what I focus on every day. And being a great leader, and being an influence, and being.
I'd trade him. I'd absolutely trade him. What did he say?
He doesn't care about the draft position. He cares about being the best defender every day.
Best defense. So he doesn't care about team results. It's about him being the best defensive end on the planet. That speaks volumes to me.
Weren't you the one who was saying that you don't think that teams are intentionally sucking to get better draft picks?
Well, he also is having knee surgery this week. He's also having knee surgery.
Seemed to be moving pretty fine.
Right, but he's having knee surgery this week.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
So he's still available to play. He's okay. Same thing with Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers magically his knee's injured again, and he's deactivated for the rest of the year.
Okay.
They're absolutely sitting guys to get a better draft position. I don't blame them for doing that. I have no issue with them doing that. I'm just saying you're flipping your script from last week. You're changing your stance on the opinion on the situation from last week.
Okay.
Last week you said nobody should be doing that. You think that that's scummy by teams to do that, and clearly the Raiders did that, and it worked. They got their asses kicked by the Giants today. Killed.
Are they not the worst team in football, though?
Do you think that they would have had a better opportunity to beat the Giants with Brock Bowers and Max Crosby in the lineup?
Yeah, because Geno Smith is terrible at the quarterback position.
Kenny Pickett started today, so you didn't have to worry about Geno Smith.
Kenny Pickett did not start today.
Okay, Kenny Pickett came in the game today.
That's right, because Geno Smith got knocked out. That's right.
All right. Regardless.
The Raiders are terrible. Max Meyer had big numbers today from the tight end spot. If you're a club, now you're not trading Brock Bowers, but I'm absolutely moving Max Crosby in the offseason. Why? Because because they're horrible. Their offensive line is disastrous.
Their whole team stinks.
They're really, really bad.
They have holes everywhere.
By the time the Raiders are good enough to compete, Max Crosby's going to be long, long gone. You can maybe get a couple of firsts for him, first this year, first next year, whatever. You're in a major rebuild. Move whatever assets you can going forward. Older, guys who aren't going to be here, be with the team after 2 or 3 years. Those are the guys that you're getting rid of. Though Max Crosby's, and Landon Roberts. I don't think he's got anything left. I don't know if there's any value for him. But they do have some guys who have value. Those are the guys that you're looking to move.
They could have moved him 2 years ago. They could have moved him. He doesn't want to leave, is the thing. He doesn't want to leave. Why? Probably because he thinks, hey, this is great. I can stay with this team. I can get paid a shit ton of money, and I can go on vacation months early every year.
Okay, I don't think he's that type of guy.
You just said that he was. You said he's a guy who doesn't care about the team, and he only cares about himself.
He strikes me as being a me guy.
Okay, so then why do you not think that his mindset would be like that?
I still think I don't think he's a dog.
I don't think he's a dog either. I think he tries and he wants to play well, but at the same point in time, I think he would it surprise me if he said, hey, I want to get a shit ton of money, play on one of the worst teams of the NFL so I can get vacation time early.
Or maybe it's just playing on that team for so long that keeps on getting worse and worse and worse that you've just like kind of resigned yourself to the fact. He needs a change of scenery. He does. I think whoever would get him would really reap a tremendous benefit for him going forward. Absolutely.
He would. Yeah, I think he would be a lot better if he was on a different team. That other team would be a lot better with him. I think he's one of the better defensive ends in the league for certain. Yeah. Probably at least top 3, I'd say. Yeah.
But how old is he? You see what I'm saying? He's not going to help. Who's that in the background over there? Oh, that's Wifey Y.
That is Wife Y. That is Wife Y.
Wow, there was a Wife Y sighting today.
There's a Wife Y sighting. Yeah, the dog will not move. It's fine.
I guarantee you that's going to get clipped and someone's going to.
It probably will. It'll be all over everything.
Yeah. People thought Wife Y was from Canada.
I know, they didn't think that she existed. She's real. She is real. But no, yeah, I think whatever team gets him, it would be a great added benefit. I think he's a very good player. That said, based off of what you said and how you think that he's a me guy and he cares about himself, I would not put it past him to think like that. There was an opportunity for him to go to another team last year, or I think maybe it was either last year or 2 years ago, something like that, and he didn't want to leave the Raiders. I was like, okay, well, this is a guy who doesn't care about winning then. You're never going to win anything with the Raiders. The Raiders stink.
Okay, 2 years ago, they still had Derek Carr at quarterback, didn't they?
No, Derek Carr was with the Saints.
Okay. I don't remember exactly when it said. I thought Derek Carr was still.
Derek Carr's been retired for a year or two now. This is the second year Derek Carr's been retired because they had Rattler last year. Rattler was the starter all last year for the Saints, and Derek Carr was on the Saints before that.
Rattler he's a rookie this year, was he not?
No, he was not. He was on the team last year. Do you want to see the year? I'll pull up the year he was drafted.
Yeah, I thought that Rattler. This is Rattler's. He wasn't their starter last year. He didn't start off as a starter.
He was in the 2024 draft class.
Okay.
In the 2024 draft class. So we're in 2026. New Orleans Saints, 5th round pick.
Well, who was the quarterback last year to start the season? I mean, not that it matters. I mean, they suck, right? It wasn't him. Certainly to start the year, it was not Spencer Rattler to start the year last year.
Derek Carr retired May 10th, 2025.
Okay. So, in other words, he was with the team last year.
And he left the Raiders in 2023. February 14th, 2023 is when he left the Raiders.
Okay. So
he was not with the team last year. He was with the Saints last year.
Right. I know that. But was he with the Raiders when Crosby made this statement?
Possibly. Okay, if we were talking like 2 or 3 years ago.
And Devontae Adams was still there. I mean, maybe
he was, but I don't know. The team sucked.
Okay. But
even when they were there.
But maybe he felt with those guys, they still had a shot. You look at them now, 0 chance. They're terrible. They're horrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I agree. I just found it funny that he kind of did it as in, like, sticking it to, in my opinion, sticking it to the Raiders for them sitting him out and deactivating him for the rest of the year. That's what I think. So,
yeah, I just wonder when I hear him saying he's not talking about team right now. You got to move him off the team. He's not thinking team right now. He's thinking individual. He's not always been like that, but he is now. I mean, you want a guy like that off your team, particularly if you're going young, you're rebuilding. The last thing you want is somebody, somebody spoiling the pickle juice.
Yeah.
Coming in and just, having a bad attitude. And I'm not saying he has a bad attitude, but he's not team first. They think they need a new head coach. I know they just got a new general manager. 73, 74-year-old Pete Carroll is not the answer. Chip Kelly, his offensive coordinator, is not the answer. Geno Smith, the quarterback, not the answer. Their offensive line is a disaster. Their defensive line is not much better. Their defensive backfield is pathetic. They're bad.
Sorry. I didn't realize that was going to have volume.
I mean, they have forever away distance to go. Max Crosby, move him. He has value. By the time you've turned it around, he'll be long gone.
Yeah, he'll be finished. He'll be finished as a player.
I mean, so like I said, that's that the Raiders are bad.
And then speaking of the later game, I guess not the afternoon window. What do they call it on Red Zone? The late window, I guess what it is, between the Giants
4 o'clock games.
Yeah, sure. It says there were 0 flags thrown on this play.
And they pushed him, and Rico Patton is the one.
See, that's absolutely.
Rico Patton is the one to knock him out.
Well, he kept pushing him, and
that's a clear punch thrown.
That should have been on the Giants.
It should have been an ejection immediately.
Pushed him even out of bounds, and he pushed him into the Gatorade cooler. So I can understand why you're upset.
Newsium was the player that got shoved.
How does the NFL
right now is a penalty? Right now, anything he does after this, if he touches him out, he's well out of bounds.
And they pushed him, and
my God, come on,
Rico Patton.
Come on.
He's 10 yards out of bounds.
It's so frustrating. I can't stand the officiating in the NFL, man. I just can't do it. Just can't stand it. And then one last thing I wanted to show here, Grumpy. Give me a second to pull it up.
It's funny you're showing the lowlights of the worst game of the year.
Yeah, I know. But this will be better, Grumpy. This will be better. I'm about to show. It says quarterbacks with consecutive 13-win seasons in NFL history: Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and Sam Darnold. With 2 different teams, Sam Darnold.
Different teams.
Which is crazy. I mean, I'm not going to say it because I think he's going to choke like he does always in the big moment, just like Jared Goff does always in the big moment. Do you think Sam Darnold can get it done with the Seahawks this year, Grump?
I think they play the 49ers next week.
Yes.
If the 49ers win today against Chicago, it's tied right now, 14-14 in the first quarter. Boy, that looks like a high-scoring game.
Yeah, it's going to be a shootout.
They could, if the 49ers beat the Seahawks next week, 49ers, who've been sneaky under the wire, under the radar the whole season.
With the amount of injuries, with the amount of injuries they've had, it's honestly incredible that they're performing the way they are.
And Brock Purdy has played much better since he got back from his injury. But they would be the number 1 seed. They'd be the number 1 seed. Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Darnold, what he's done with the Seahawks, I mean, remember, they have a really good running game. Their defense is stout. He's got Jackson Smith and Jigba to throw to, and, Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. He's got some good weapons to go to. It's not all on his shoulders. Today, but a lot of times you got the West Coast teams traveling to the East Coast for the 1 o'clock game. Those teams struggle. And they did in the first half. They absolutely did. But they turned it on in the second half, and they wound up coming away with the victory. I was impressed with the Panthers, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Canales is an idiot.
Yeah, well, he was
an opportunity went forward on 4th down a couple times. So I'm just like, dude, why? and they could have kicked a field goal. I'm just I don't know.
Again, got to be smarter as a coach.
And that's not the first time he's done that, by the way.
But still, it's quite an achievement. Let's be honest. With two different teams, different systems, two different teams.
Yep.
Now, Minnesota sucked. They were paper tiger last year. I think that Seattle's better than Minnesota was last year, but they have a little.
Defense is good.
Yeah, I just think I'm not completely sold on Seattle. I still think the Rams are probably the best team in that division. But right behind them, I think that the 49ers are second.
You want to hear an interesting stat?
Sure.
Puka Nacua has not had a contested catch all year. Not one.
It's because he's always schemed open by Sean McVay.
Anytime there's a contested catch, he's in man coverage, he always drops the ball. The only time he catches the ball is when he's picking apart zones. They said that he really struggles in man coverage. He cannot play well in man coverage.
Okay. How many teams play man coverage anymore?
No, not a lot. I just said I thought that was an interesting fact that he does not have a single contested catch all year. The only time he's catching the ball is when he's wide open.
Do you know what they used to call man coverage back in the day?
No.
The bump and run.
That makes sense. Press at the line.
You line up right on the guy, you bump him right up the line of scrimmage, and you run with the bump and run.
Yep.
I mean, that was mano a mano for certain.
Yeah.
One-on-one.
And you had some safety help over the top.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, that's correct. Unless you got like three wide
one-on-one.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
But congrats to Sam Darnold, right? I mean, he was with the Jets. That's where quarterbacks go to die for how many years? Then he went to Carolina. Where he got what? Was it even a full season?
No, it wasn't much. It was him and crazy thing. Him and Baker Mayfield were there at the same exact time. Wow.
And they picked a midget instead of one of those two guys. Now Bryce Young has been good down the stretch. He's just too darn short. He just is. When he throws the ball, and I was a proponent of Bryce Young. I liked him better than C.J. Stroud. I still think he's better than C.J. Stroud. But you just watch. It's different in the pros than it is in college. Everybody's bigger. I mean, that's the big thing. He looks tiny in the pros. Tiny.
Interesting stat line here, Grumpy.
According to Pro Football Focus, PFF, Shedeur Sanders has only completed 16 passes over 10 yards this season. Sanders played in 5.5 games. Well, he did complete a couple that were more than 10 yards today.
Majority of his passes, though, are dump offs to the running back. But now the fact that he doesn't have Quinshon Judkins anymore because he might have potentially ruined his career with the hospital pass he threw him, they can't do that anymore. So he's going to have to figure it out throwing the ball down the field a little bit more.
He's not good.
He's not. And I hate all these people online who are saying that, the Browns coaching staff he deserves an apology from the Browns coaching staff, and the whole entire front office need to apologize to him for even thinking about drafting Dylan Gabriel over him. I'm like, he sucks.
Okay. The league didn't like Shedeur Sanders. The fact he was projected to go in the top, maybe the number 1 overall pick and last till the 5th round tells you what the teams he interviewed so terribly and as a shameless me guy. And that's how he came off in interviews. People don't want to invest money in guys like that. Cleveland rolled the dice. What's his record? 1-4. I mean,
I think he has 2 wins. He lost to the Titans.
Who did he
beat the Raiders. He beat the Raiders and then the Steelers today.
Okay.
The Steelers are not a great team. They're not. Their defense has been wishy-washy all season. All season, their defense has been bad.
What a blown opportunity.
TJ Watt didn't even play, right? But yeah, Grumpy. TJ Watt, I don't even think played today. They're a team that's pretty banged up too, the Steelers. But I mean, you're missing you're arguably your best defensive player. Your defense you're not going to be great.
I agree.
Anyway, Grumpy, do you want to get into some comments, or would you like to touch base on some college football first?
Well, can we look at the playoff standings for the NFL?
Sure.
see what, some of the results today, what it dictated, because there's a lot of other things that happened. Not just the worst teams in the freaking league that you seem to want to talk about. How about we talk some of the good teams in the league? We talked about Sam Darnold, the Giants and the Raiders, and the Cleveland freaking Browns.
Good. Those are the only ones we need to talk about. So here's what we got so far.
Okay. I think you got Denver is playing the Chargers next week. That could determine if the New England Patriots could get the first overall seed. Buffalo today, I'm just baffled beyond all description why Sean McDermott went for a 2-point conversion with with 1 second left on the clock.
Not to mention, went for it on fourth down, fourth and goal earlier on in the game of the third quarter, and they didn't make it, where they had a field goal right there.
Yeah, but that was just poor play. That whole series was terrible because they don't put the ball in Josh Allen's hands until the fourth down play. They just don't put it in his hands. Running guys up the middle, I'm like, dude, and I realize he's banged up. He's got his ankle is hurting, his back is injured. He's got some injuries. He absolutely does. Still, he's by far your best weapon. The Eagles shut down James Cook today.
Yep,
they just shut
him down. They have a good run defense. They have a really good run defense,
and they have
their secondary.
The Bills have no weapons on the outside. Brandon Cooks is out there making catches for them. Shakir, Allen hit him on a pass, and that aforementioned drive where they went for it didn't get it on fourth down, where I don't know why he catches the ball and he stops and like pirouettes backwards and he gets tackled. He winds up running into coverage. I'm like, dude, just catch the ball and go upfield. I just don't get it.
That's a team Buffalo will never beat the Eagles solely because the Eagles have a really good run defense. Their secondary is not good. You can pass on them. Their secondary, they lost a lot of guys from last year in the secondary, but they maintained the guys at the defensive line. They're a team that you can absolutely pass on, but the Bills have no weapons on offense when it comes to throwing the ball. They have no wide receivers at all.
I think Sean McDermott is just a horrible coach. I'm not saying that that he doesn't know what he's doing on defense, or there's some guys that can only get you so far. Marty Schottenheimer was a guy that could only get you so far. He'd get you to championship games, but could not get to the Super Bowl and could not win the big game. For whatever reason, couldn't do it. Sean McDermott's the same way.
Yeah.
They need to move away from him. They need to totally change up what's going on there. They're on the downside. They have zero weapons. And here's the thing, Josh Allen, as good as he is, and I think he's the best quarterback in the league, is not Tom Brady, where he can make everybody around him better. When things fall apart, he resorts to hero ball, and I think that's how they scheme it up. It's like, when you got a Dan Marino or a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady or a Drew Brees, yeah, they're not going to run you into first downs, or do some type of trick play where they're doing a quarterback end around for a touchdown. That's not what they were. They had to complete passes. I think Buffalo leans too much on Josh Allen. James Cook has been really, really good this year. They've been able to run the ball. They want to be able to run the ball. They need to get weapons. Without a doubt. They don't have one wide receiver that I would even consider as a top 50 guy in the league.
Yeah, they don't.
I mean, really don't. This is for the best quarterback in the NFL. He doesn't have a wide.
Why do you think they don't go out and try and get a wide receiver?
I don't know. The last time they had a legit wide receiver was
Stephon Diggs. Yep,
that's it. And he's been gone for what now? 4 years?
I don't know. He played well today.
Yeah, he's been backed up, but he's like a typical diva wide receiver, though, right? Let's be honest. Those diva wide receivers, I need the ball, I need the ball, I need the ball. They want to spread the ball. That's fine, but you know what? You need to get guys who can. He has no weapons on the outside. None.
He had nobody to throw the ball to.
None. And I just didn't understand. You listen to the announcers saying, well, they didn't go for it. The game's been a tough game and they don't want to, they want to end it here. Why? What do you mean? the guy misses the extra point, first of all, which is terrible. You can't miss the extra point. Gets blocked up the middle. I thought you weren't allowed to even touch the center.
You can't, if you put your body weight on them and jump up, it's a penalty. They called it the other week against the Panthers.
I don't think you're allowed to even touch the center.
You can touch them. You can't touch the back of them. If you put any weight on the back of them and jump off of them, it's a penalty.
Okay, well, that's anything. I think they were leaning on the center today.
Then it's a penalty.
And
if you're
Jalen
on the center, it's a penalty.
Because I don't think you're even allowed to touch them. It's like they're a free player on the team, on the field. Can't touch them. And he gets blocked. I'm like, how do you do that? And then they get the ball back in there. I mean, because the Eagles only had 17 yards offense in the second half. 17 yards offense in the second half.
They're a team that won't. They're getting eliminated the first round.
Buffalo kept shooting themselves in the foot with dumb penalties, drop balls, just poor play calling, and Sean McDermott. And I just, to me, you try to extend the game. The Eagles had done nothing in the second half. You drove the ball down the field. I can't tell you how many times in the second half, and you just couldn't punch it in because we're going to go for it on fourth down. Just put points on the board. I'd say 1,000 times.
Yep, they win that game if they do that.
Yeah, and to me, I would have absolutely gone into overtime. Now, the guy who's kicking has missed 5 extra points this year. Okay,
why is he still there?
Well, he's a fill-in for Matt Prater, who's out injured. It's the Badgley kid who used to kick for the Chargers.
So
but still, if you can't hit an extra point,
why are you here?
Yeah,
we'll take anybody else off the street.
So, I mean, regardless, you got to do. And that was a low kick. It was a low kick on the extra point.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, like I said, is ranked 3rd.
Yeah, they had a close game against the Colts today.
Yeah, the Colts were up on them, I believe, 10-0.
Yep.
In that game.
Yep. And ended up falling apart at the end.
Yeah. I think they're going to be the 3rd seed, and I think they would welcome a return match against the Chargers, to be honest with you.
I think they beat the Chargers. The Chargers are too banged up.
I mean, you imagine how good the Chargers would be, and this is a problem. This is a problem Kansas City has going forward. The Chargers play really good defense and are when you have Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater in there.
Yep.
They're really good along the offensive line as well. They'll run the ball. They're a Jim Harbaugh run the ball team. That's what they are. Mm-hmm. So Justin Herbert's numbers are not going to be huge. But this year they've had to be because they have been unable to run the ball. They had the injury to Hampton, and their offensive line's been banged up. Houston is in the catbird seat right now. If you're Houston, you want to play Pittsburgh / Baltimore in the first round.
Yes.
They beat either one of those two teams.
Yep. I agree. Even with the poor play of C.J. Stroud.
And I think that New England does not want to play Buffalo again.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. I think New England's better than Buffalo.
Okay. New England has only beaten 2 teams who have a winning record this year.
I agree with that. At the same point in time, though, I think they're better than Buffalo. They beat Buffalo in Buffalo.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, they had a 21-0 lead at home against Buffalo and wound up getting beat. Buffalo and Josh Allen have that ability. You don't want to – okay, I've been unable to figure out Buffalo this year. Just when I think, okay.
They're hit or miss. They're a hit or miss team, honestly.
Right, but if they're hitting –
Josh Allen's playing stupid out his mind, they're going to win. If he has a poor performance or doesn't do everything and play great, they are losing that game.
Okay, but he usually plays out of his mind, right?
Sometimes he does. Sometimes, in the postseason, he makes a lot of mistakes in terms
he's been outstanding in the postseason. You look at his postseason numbers.
He has a lot of turnovers in the postseason.
Look at his postseason numbers. You're wrong. He's been outstanding in the postseason. Outstanding. Look at his QBR. Look at how good he's been. He's been good. He's not the reason why they didn't win. Their defense.
QBR 101.7. He has 4 interceptions in 13 games in the playoffs.
So that's 1 every 3 games.
And that's not even including his fumbles that he's had.
Okay. How many lost fumbles has he had? He's not turning the ball over all the time. How many touchdowns has he had? How many yards has he had? What's his QBR? That's what I want to know. What's his quarterback rating in the playoffs?
He has 12 career playoff fumbles in as of early 2025.
How many has he lost? Lost fumbles. Not fumbles, lost fumbles. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's not just, I fumbled. How many have you lost? How many turnovers? He's had 4. He's only played 13 career playoff games.
Yes.
Seems like he should have played more than that, honestly.
Sorry. Well, this has it as of 2020. He had 5 turnovers in 9 playoff games. That was as of 2020. I'm looking for.
Okay, so 1 every other game. You can live with that. That's not beating your team. What's his quarterback rating?
I told you it was a 101.
What's it during the regular season? Just bring up footballreference.com. It tells you everything. Footballreference.com tells you everything. He's been damn good in the playoffs. Damn good. In big moments, he's been damn good. The defense has let him down.
He turns the ball over a lot. That's
he doesn't turn the ball over a lot.
He does, dude. Regardless of what you want to say, he does. Here we go. Playoffs.
Just been established that he doesn't. Playoffs. Go to playoffs.
I am. You got to give me a second to exit out of the ads. Please calm down.
Playoffs. Click on playoffs.
I did. I'm on playoffs. So he has a total of 4 interceptions in the playoffs. And then I want to see if we can see his rushing stats. Rushing and receiving playoffs. He has a total of 12 fumbles in the playoffs. And where's lost? Where's that at? You know where that's at?
I don't know. What's
rushing and receiving touchdowns? He has 8.
So that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot of turnovers too. Or fumbles.
He didn't turn the ball over 12 times. He fumbled 12 times. He didn't turn it over.
You said this thing was supposed to be the end all be all. Where's his lost fumbles? I don't know. I can't find it.
Okay. All I'm saying is he's not the reason why they're losing. He's absolutely not the reason why they're losing games. He's been outstanding in the playoffs. Outstanding. Okay, so there you go.
So only 4 of them were recovered by his team in the playoffs. Only 4.
Okay, so
all the other ones are lost fumbles.
Okay, so he played 13 games and has had 12 turnovers in 13 games. That's not what's beating you. That's not what's beating you.
So he almost averages a turnover a game.
Okay,
that's a lot. That's a lot. You're turning the ball over once every game.
Okay. Then
every playoff game you play in, just about you're turning the ball over once. That's a lot.
Okay. Look at the games they've lost.
I don't care. That's your
field goal kicker against the Chiefs can't execute a field goal.
Let's go back to the original statement where he turns the ball over a lot in the playoffs. Do you agree?
He doesn't.
You would say averaging a turnover a game is not a lot.
That is not a lot. That is not a lot.
How many turnovers does Brady have in the postseason?
More than 1 a game. He had. I guarantee you.
I doubt that.
I guarantee you his interception percentage was higher than Josh Allen.
Sure, Josh Allen runs the ball a lot more than Tom Brady did.
Okay, but Brady
only passed.
He's only thrown 4 interceptions. Josh Allen isn't the problem.
He's fumbled the ball 12 times.
You're crazy if you think Josh Allen is the problem.
I'm not saying Josh Allen is the problem. I'm saying the turnovers don't help the situation in Buffalo. They don't.
Put up Patrick Mahomes' numbers. Put up Patrick Mahomes. God's gift to the next generation of quarterbacks. Let's see what his are. Let's see how many times he's turned the ball over in the playoffs.
Golly,
and then you can put up the people's champion. You absolutely can.
You still see it, right?
Yeah, playoffs.
All right, Mahomes has thrown 10 interceptions.
10 interceptions. Woo!
In 21 playoff games played.
Okay, so that's like 1 every other game. Josh Allen's thrown 4 in 17, right? It was 4 in 17 or 13?
13. 4 and
Okay.
13.
4 and 13.
All right, and we'll go to rushing. It's rushing yards. And his fumbles are at 14 in 21 games.
Okay, so he fumbles at almost at the exact same rate as Josh Allen does.
No,
and
he does
throws interceptions.
No, he does not. Josh Allen had 12 fumbles in 13 games played. Mahomes has 14 in 21.
And he's
That's
thrown
not the same
10
rate of fumbles.
He's thrown 10 interceptions to 4.
Correct.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is the reason why the Kansas City Chiefs have lost games in the playoffs. I'm saying one turnover game is not, oh my God, that's a be all end all. It's not. You can live with one a game. You absolutely can.
Yeah, it looks like 12 have been recovered by the other team.
So he has 22 turnovers in 21 games, and Josh Allen has 12 and 13.
So they're around the same.
So I'm just saying that's not a ridiculous amount of turnovers. It's
Let's
not.
look up Tom Brady. Wow, I didn't even have to type out much of his name for it to pop up.
No, he comes. All you got to put in is T, and everybody knows. Or maybe just P or champion, and then you just come up with his name.
God. Interceptions. He has 40 and 48 games played, and I guarantee his fumbles are probably going to be a lot less. And then his fumbles are 16 in 48 games.
Right. And how many did he lose?
It'll be down here. Not your punting stats. He lost 6.
Okay. And he had how many interceptions?
Of the 16, he only lost 6. Okay. So he lost 6, and then his interception total was – sorry, I'm going to scroll all the way back up here. Okay. His total interceptions were 40 and 48. So he had 46 total. What was it? 46 total turnovers in 48 games.
And 40 and 48. It's one a game.
The other two.
Okay.
It's better than the other two.
They're virtually identical. What I'm saying is one turnover game. It's fair. It's fine. You're not beating your own team like that. You're just not. You're just not. The game you're playing against better competition. The stakes are higher. You're taking more chances. That's why you're turning the ball over. You're playing against better competition. Going to happen. I don't even know what we even started at that you went down this rabbit hole saying Josh Allen's no good or something. Who the hell knows? He's not the reason why they don't advance. He's not the reason why they didn't beat the Chiefs twice. That was Sean McDermott.
I didn't say that he was the reason why they lose games. I was saying I clearly said that the turnovers do not help with them winning games. And when he has to play hero ball is when he fumbles a lot.
Okay, I guarantee you have no basis in fact for that it happens on that particular circumstance.
He had 12 fumbles.
Okay, but you don't know what time of the game it was. You don't have no information on what time of the game it was.
There was one in the Chiefs where he absolutely fumbled the ball playing hero ball trying to run. He got hit from the side and it got knocked out and he fumbled it in the red.
So one time. Okay. How many times do guys drop wide open passes?
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that he doesn't have any weapons.
Okay, the problem is the scheme and the lack of weapons for Josh Allen. That's it.
It's a combination of things. It's the coach is a dumbass. They don't have any wide receiver help at all. They're literally their best weapon catching the ball is a glorified right tackle, as I've said earlier. I mean, just not good. They don't have their defense is not elite. It's not elite. They struggle on offense. They don't have any wide receivers. If they got some wide receivers on that team, they'd be a lot better. But they don't have any, and they're too cheap and don't want to pay for any.
And their offensive line is banged up. They've had a lot of injuries this year too.
Their offensive line's nowhere near as banged up as the Chargers is. The Chargers is more banged up than any team.
That's true, but still they're banged up. Guys are absolutely playing hurt.
Yeah, sure, but that's every team though. That's every team. You can't. I mean, you can't say that no team is fully healthy on the offense.
All I'm saying is, if you're here's the thing, New England doesn't want to play Buffalo.
Sure.
They don't want to play Buffalo.
I don't think they want to play. I don't think they want to play a lot of teams. I think they'd rather play the Steelers than Buffalo. Yeah,
And
or
I don't
the
think
Ravens.
I don't think New England is good enough to beat Buffalo when it counts.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean,
They beat them earlier in the year.
and they really smoked the crap out of it, and then took the pedal off the gas, and then ended up getting beat. Took the foot off the gas pedal, ended up getting beat. That's what ended up happening.
They just
fell asleep in
stopped
the second half.
They
They
just-
fell asleep in the second half.
Buffalo's been a second half team all year long. They come out flat for whatever reason, start games, and then they close out strong. They should have won today. Got to hit extra points. Executing.
But they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't. That's why they lost. Not because of Josh Allen, because the guy couldn't hit an extra point. That's what cost them today. And the coach inexplicably going for a 2-point conversion instead of to try to win the game, as opposed to just kicking the extra point and just saying, all right, we'll go to overtime. They would have won the game in overtime. They absolutely would. Philadelphia was done up. 17 yards, total offense in the second half. Not good enough.
So, Grumpy, looking at the current playoff picture, who do you have make it in? Well, actually, let's go over the two games that are left, the two teams to make it in. Who do you think makes it in out of the Steelers and the Ravens and Tampa Bay and Carolina?
I'm going to say the Ravens
Beat the Steelers. Okay.
beat the Steelers.
Is that a home game in Baltimore for the Ravens?
Do not know. I don't even care. I still think the Ravens are going to beat the Steelers.
Okay.
And I think Carolina is going to beat Tampa.
I think Tampa's extremely banged up on defense, and they actually interesting. Tampa Bay, I think over the last 9 games I think they have the worst defense in the league. Do you think I sent you something today? I can actually just read it off here. The thing that I sent you.
It's not the worst defense, but
It's okay. They are, for points per game, they are the 28th worst team in the NFL. Total yards per game, they're the 29th worst team. And then total passing yards per game, they are the dead last team in the league.
Okay. So they're in the bottom, like I said, the bottom 4 or 5 teams. Not good enough.
Do you think Todd Bowles is going to get fired?
No.
He should. He should lose his job. You have absolutely shit the bed the last 9 games of the season. You should lose. And if you don't make the playoffs, you should lose your job. You should lose your job.
He's not losing his job.
He should.
He's not going to lose his job.
He's also, not to mention, if Tristan Wirfs did not play today, if he does not, and you could tell the left tackle absolutely sucked, the backup for Tampa. If Tristan Wirfs does not come back for the Carolina game, they will lose to Carolina.
Okay. I think Carolina's a better team. I think they're better defensively, and they do just enough offensively to win games. Baker Mayfield is kind of sputtered down the stretch, turned the ball over way more than Josh Allen ever has.
He has been turning the ball over a lot more. Do you think that has to do with the fact that he's missing the number 1 lineman on his team?
I think
do you think that has to do with it?
I think sometimes he tries to play, I'm going to be cowboy out there. Sometimes he does that. I'm just going to wing it. And sometimes you got to take your foot off things. They never should have lost to Miami. Never, ever should they have lost to Miami. And they did.
Their defense couldn't stop anything.
Now that being said, with Carolina losing to Seattle, today's game meant nothing to Tampa in retrospect. If Carolina would have won today, they were eliminated.
They were eliminated. Yep.
But yeah. Seattle did what the number 1 seed should do. They took care of a lesser seeded team.
Yep. On
the road. And that game was tight. It was 3-3 at half.
Yeah, but then Seattle took over in the second half.
Yeah.
And I mean, also they went for it a lot on 4th down. Seattle did too in that game where they could have kicked field goals. They also called a very questionable fumble on Sam Darnold where he looked like he clearly threw the ball forward, and that's what put Carolina in field goal position.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Now that's another one where that's another one where they're not going to overturn that. If they had called it a forward pass on the field, they would have left it at that. I don't think his arm was moving forward. I think he was knocked out just as he was starting to maybe start throwing. I had no problem with them not overturning that call. None.
I'm sorry. It was a pass. In my opinion, it was a pass. Yeah, absolutely. The ball went forward.
Okay, it's because it was knocked out of his hand. It was knocked out of his hand.
And then
the ball was out, and as it was out, he flicked his hand and it went forward.
Okay, so if a player for the Seahawks catches the ball, what is that considered then?
It's a completed pass, I
So
guess.
it's a pass. Okay. So it's
Or
a
a
pass.
fumble
Right.
forward. Aaron Rodgers had the same thing today. The same thing where he got hit from behind. The ball pops forward. He winds up shoveling it forward as he's being hit, and they called it a fumble and fumble yards for the whoever it was, the tight end.
I'm sorry.
And he didn't throw it. They said
So
he didn't.
so he did an underhand though, right?
It's the same thing if the arm's going forward, but they didn't. They called it a fumble, and it was recovered by the tight end, and he wound up getting those extra yards. That's what it was.
I'm sorry.
I have no problem with that call. I have no problem with that call. No. Let's move on. We're going to look at the NFC now.
Okay.
Man, do we want to see another Chicago Green Bay game in the first round? I mean, they play next week too?
I don't know who they play next week. Is Jordan Love back?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. If I'm Green Bay, I'm not playing them next week because they're pretty much cemented in at number 7. Wouldn't you want to play Chicago? They should have beat them the first time. 2 weeks ago they played. Then they're playing next week, and then they're going to play the week after.
Green Bay plays the Vikings next week.
Oh, okay.
They play the Vikings, and the Bears play the Lions next week.
Okay. Lions are dead.
Yeah, here I'll just read you off the schedule we got next week. So we got Carolina and the Bucks, Colts and the Texans, Browns and the Bengals, blah, suck fest. The Saints and the Falcons, blah. Green Bay and the Vikings, Tennessee and the Jaguars. Jaguars should take care of Tennessee, but who knows if the Jags sit a lot of players because they don't have the 1 seed, right?
They still want to win division.
Who else is close to beating them in division?
Houston.
What's Houston's record?
11-5. Jacksonville's 12-4.
What's their head-to-head?
I don't know.
Because if the Jags beat them head-to-head, I don't think they care. They automatically get the 1 seed.
Again, I don't know.
But anyway, Seattle 49ers. That'll be a good game.
That's for number 1 seed in the playoffs, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, this San Francisco, they're humming on offense.
The Rams and the Cardinals. Rams should take care of the Cardinals. Giants and Cowboys, 2 teams that are eliminated. Who cares? Then we got the Ravens.
Teams of playoff implications. That's it. And the only seeding possibilities. Who do the Rams play?
The Rams play the Cardinals.
Okay, they should absolutely win. They're 11-4. They play tomorrow against Atlanta. Like I said, you want to keep winning. You want to keep winning.
Broncos is going to be a good game.
Yeah. I think. Denver is absolutely playing for the first round bye.
Yep.
I mean, that's
why I said it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that game's at the Chargers or at Denver. I don't know.
Well, also, Jaguars probably won't be sitting anybody because if they're at 13-3, if they win, they would get the 1 seed because they have a better head-to-head record against Denver, right?
Okay. New England, who's playing Miami, is ahead of Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. That is, they will be the team that ends up probably if Denver loses, they'll get that.
And I don't think Denver wants to play Buffalo. I don't think anyone wants to play Buffalo in the first round.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you want to talk about college football real quick?
Well,
we can get the comments.
Yeah, real quick. And if you could just read a couple of comments just for a second. I need to step away for a second.
Okay. So we got the first comment here. It said, tonight the Islanders snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Is the franchise stuck in a perpetual state of purgatory? Did the Islanders win tonight against Columbus? I thought they lost. Tonight. I could be mistaken. Let me look it up real quick. I know they did beat the Rangers.
Read the comment again, and then you'll understand. Did the Islanders snatch defeat from the jaws of victory?
No,
they gave up 3 goals in the final 5 minutes of the game. So yes, they snatched defeat from the jaws.
Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. That's my fault. I processed in my head wrong. That's my fault. Okay, so yes, they did. They failed. They did not win.
Matt Barzal took a. Okay, I thought it was a little bit of an overreaction to Marchenko tripping Schaefer on a break. And Marchenko knew it. I don't think there was any intent to injure there. And Barzal took a two-hander chop on Marchenko. I mean, blatant. Got tossed from the game. Probably going to get some disciplinary action. And then, like I said, after that, in the second period, the Islanders they killed the penalty, the major penalty. They killed it. And then they scored a goal, and they dominated the tail end of the second period. Third period was all Columbus.
Yeah.
The Columbus head coach after the game, Dean Everson, said in the second period was just everything's around the outside with pants and being fancy, passing around the outside. Third period, more direct. That's how you beat the Islanders. You go right at them. Be direct with them. Rittich left in I think a softie from Marchenko with 3 minutes to go, and they lost. They didn't deserve to win, though. So Google also says, are the Jets stupid enough to not fire that moron Glenn after one season? Sunex, can you name one reason? Why would they keep Aaron Glenn?
They shouldn't.
The only reason I'd say they keep Aaron Glenn is they want to suck again next year when Arch Manning comes out for the draft. And
that's true.
Hopefully they have the first overall pick. That's a reason why you'd keep him. And then Google says, talking about dum-dums, what's up with the Bills coach pulling a Herm Edwards and crapping the game away on a 2-point attempt instead of tie it and OT? Does McDermott have an IQ of a flea? Just discussed that. It's McDermott. He just does dumb shit like that. John Harbaugh does dumb crap like that all the time, too. That's why his teams don't win. It's not rocket science, people. Again, what did the people's champion say, X? What are these head coaches?
Bunch of gym coaches.
High school gym teachers is what they are.
We get it. All right, next comment. The only thing that saved the Giants were the Browns beating the Steelers. Hallelujah to them. Yeah, the Giants, I guess they're locked in at the number 2 pick. Unless something else crazy happens, but they should be locked in at the number 2 overall pick of the draft.
They still have a shot. No, I don't think they have a shot at number 1 now.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. They're not drafting a quarterback at number 1.
No. And who do you think the Raiders? Do you think the Raiders take the Mendoza kid?
I think that's what they'll do.
Or the kid from Oregon?
I'm not in love with the kid from Oregon. Here's the thing: we got a lot of time to talk about that. So yeah. I'm not worried about that. Now, whose makeup do I like better? It's the kid from Oregon. I mean, the kid from Indiana, Mendoza. But I mean, as a maybe skills package, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of those Oregon quarterbacks. Just not. They don't really run a pro system there. Run a lot of Wild West crap that doesn't work in the pros long term. Just doesn't.
And Drew also says here, Mike Tomlin can't help but have a season best record of 10-7 every single year. It's inevitable. They'll never win 11 games until Pittsburgh lands a franchise quarterback.
And unfortunately, when you are picking, in the bottom, from 20 and below every year,
you're not going
to get that franchise guy unless you stumble across him. Yep. Now, they picked Kenny Pickett a couple of years ago. They needed a quarterback, and he was the best of a really bad lot.
Kind of like this year coming out. I'd
say comparable. I think the Moore kid has more talent than Pickett. I like the Mendoza kid's makeup. We'll find out a lot about him at the combine, which I guarantee you he'll take place in the combine.
Okay, just for reference, Kenny Pickett in 2021, his senior year stats, he threw for 4,319 yards, 42 touchdowns, and only had 7 interceptions with a QBR of 165.3. He also had 5 rushing touchdowns and had 47 total touchdowns. His numbers are better than the Mendoza kids.
Can I stop you? When you're going into the pros, it has nothing about your college numbers mean nothing. It's about how you project as a pro. They ran 2 totally different offenses. Once again, I keep telling you that you don't want to get it. I want to see how he performs throwing the ball at the combine. When they're going to give him information, how he digests that. That's what's going to determine where he goes. Is his arm strength good enough? His mobility is fine. He's more of a pocket passer than a runner. He's the type of guy I want as a quarterback. Not one of these guys who wants to run all the time. You don't want those guys. They don't last. You got to be able to stay in the pocket in the pros. Can you work from in the pocket? Mendoza has showed he's able to do that. Is his arm strong enough? I won't know. We'll find out. We'll find out come combine time. That's all I'll say. Gungun says, an episode or two ago, I posted the question about the best sitcoms. I'd go with The Odd Couple, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Freaks and Geeks. Son X, do you often turn the other cheek?
Yeah, I think I do.
All right, X. Can you give me your top 3 sitcoms of all time? And here's the thing: you don't even know good sitcoms, so it's something.
Number 1.
I knew you were going to say The Office. Do you have any other ones?
Probably number 2. Probably The Office, and then number 3. I'm going to say a close number 3 is probably going to be The Office again.
Okay, so you have no answers.
No, I like The Office. Seinfeld's not bad. Pretty good.
Have you even watched all of Seinfeld?
I've not watched all of it, no. But
Okay.
I like the bits that I watched.
Okay. How many seasons of Seinfeld have you watched?
I would say think like 5.
Of a show that ran 9 years?
Yeah.
Maybe you should watch the whole show. That's all I'll say.
The Sopranos was good.
That's not a sitcom. That's a situational comedy.
To me, it was.
Okay, it's not. Okay. Gungun says, is TJ still standing tall? When most stand next to him, do they feel small? What do you think about that, X?
When most people stand next to him, yeah, they probably feel pretty small. He's a pretty tall guy. And yeah, I think he's standing pretty tall. Definitely walking tall.
Oh, very good. Drew says, also on that Harold Fanning TD catch, he injured his ribs and got ruled out of the rest of the game. Yep.
Not his groin, his ribs.
I thought he grabbed his leg too. I thought he grabbed his groin also.
That was during his celebration.
Okay. Drew says, X, do you believe in the theory of phantom injuries whenever a player has anytime TD prop bet on them?
Yeah, it's called the Terry Rozier effect.
Oh,
Players just magically, whenever they need to hit a point mark or need a catch or need a touchdown, they magically just pop up injured.
Okay.
Can't play anymore for the rest of the game.
Okay. Drew says, it's crazy how Christian McCaffrey is still so good despite clearly losing 2 steps whilst battling bilateral chronic Achilles tendonitis. Say that 3 times fast since May. Dude is unreal. It's the scheme that he runs in. They can turn any running back into it's a really good scheme by Kyle Shanahan.
They have good offensive line. They always have good offensive line.
It's the scheme. They scheme guys open. And I'm not saying that McCaffrey sucks or anything like that. I think in any other scheme, he would be nowhere near as productive as he is. Now, Buffalo had a chance to acquire him at the deadline when San Francisco did, and they didn't want to pull the trigger. In retrospect, man, that was a horrible decision by Buffalo, don't you think?
Yep.
Some point in time, you got to go for it. When you're that good and you have the quarterback, you must go for it.
I don't think James Cook's a bad back, though.
James Cook, I didn't say he's a bad back. 4 years ago when he was traded, James Cook was what? Was he even a rookie? I don't know. But Christian McCaffrey,
he might have still been at Georgia then.
Yeah, okay. But Christian McCaffrey was there for the taking.
Sure, yeah.
They gave up nothing to get him. Nothing.
Yeah. That's Carolina Panthers for you. Great organization. Gave away Brian Burns for nothing, too.
No, they got a first round second for him, I believe.
I don't think they got hardly anything for him. They could have really maximized the value for him if they traded him the year before. They got a lot less trading him the year later.
But they still got value for him. You can look up what they got for him while I keep on talking.
Sure.
But like I said about McCaffrey and Buffalo, it's just like, okay, not everybody's New England and Tom Brady. And by that, I mean where a guy can make, chicken salad out of chicken crap. I mean, Josh Allen can't do it. Patrick Mahomes can't do it. No one's been able to do it like he has.
So Brian Burns says the Brian Burns trade sent the star pass rusher from the Carolina Panthers to the New York Giants in March 2024 in exchange for a 2024 second-round pick, number 39, a 2025 first-round pick, and a swap of 2024 fifth-rounders, with Burns also signing a 5-year, $150 million extension with 87.5.
They got a first and a second for Brian Burns.
They did not get a first-round pick.
They absolutely did. They got a first-round pick coming up this year. They absolutely did. Read it again.
It's okay. It says they sent New York Giants March 25 in exchange for a 2024 second-round pick, number 39, a 2025 fifth.
You said first-round pick.
I said fifth.
You said first.
Five-round pick, and a swap for 2024 5-rounders.
Okay, I thought you said first.
That make it a little bit better?
Well, now it makes it a little bit better. You did say
they
first.
didn't get a first-round pick for him. He was valued at multiple first-round picks, or at least a first and a second the year prior, and they didn't trade him then. They lost out on a lot of value. I remember because it was the talk around town about it.
Okay. Drew says, by the way, Grumpy, it's Michael Meyer, not Max Meyer. Yeah, it's Michael Mayer. That's right. Yeah. Okay, he's not good enough for me to even remember his name. He's the backup in Oakland. Brock Bowers, when healthy, is the guy who catches all the passes. Mayer is the guy who does the blocking. Drew also adds, you know who's a football team that's potential has been squandered due to a bad head coach and offensive coordinator? The Tampa Bay Bucks. Todd Bowles and Josh Grizzard are a dynamic duo of absolute brain-dead coaching. It's injuries have really done them in, and I don't think they're as good as the top teams in the NFC. I just don't.
They were absolutely lighting it up early in the year, Tampa Bay was, and they have fallen off the face of the earth in the last 9 games. They are arguably the worst defense in the NFL through the last 9 games. Todd Bowles should be fired with a capital duh at the end.
Duh. Okay.
Duh. Capital duh.
Freedom Fun Adventure says, Islanders are so darn soft, they submit when pushed. Imagine allowing your rookie stars or any player to be abused. What if Schaefer is injured and never the same? Darsh better load up on real fighters.
I kind of like the fighting mentality from Freedom. I like it.
They don't do that. The fighters are dead in the league. You have to have toughness, though. Drew says, I think Dad X would be the proper name now instead of Son X.
I'm a father to a 4-legged child, but I do not have a child of my own, so cannot be Dad X just yet.
Freedom says, I am happy I never put money down on Wife Y being real. I was certain she was made up. That's what the majority of people thought. Gungu says, Grumpy, who do you relate to more, Mark Ratner or Mike Damone? Also, who is your favorite Ramon? Do you know who Mark Ratner and Mike Damone, what movie they were in, Mr. X? Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, okay. All right.
They were the two friends.
Yeah, you were the one, the blonde-haired one.
Okay. Mark Ratner and Mike Damone were friends. One of them was the guy who was, selling the tickets, and the other one was the guy who worked in the movie theater. So you would absolutely be Mark Ratner. And I mean, he was a nicer person, that's for certain. Certainly better than Mike Damone. But Mike Damone did have a little bit of a redemption arc at the end, which I appreciate. I never had a favorite Ramon. Drew says Chip Kelly got fired a month ago. Yes, I know. I was just bringing up that these were the guys who were running the offense. Just no. Freedom adds, 2 other teams I'm not happy with is my Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Neither can do anything right. We needed Miami to lose for draft position, but nope. The biggest problem Miami has, are they going to keep Mike McDaniels? Or are you going to cut him loose? I don't think you could bring him back. You're getting a new general manager, and the new GM should be allowed to pick his own head coach.
Let me ask this. Let me ask this. Do you think that they stick it out for a little bit with Quinn Ewers?
Yes.
I think they will stick it out a little bit with Quinn Ewers. I think it would be smart for Miami to not go after a quarterback in this draft. I think this quarterback draft is brutal. I think you stick it out next year at least with Quinn Ewers, see how he produces with a full season under him. If he sucks, you know that you need to cut while you can, move on from him, draft over top of him, and get a quarterback the next year.
They will draft a developmental quarterback. I'm not going to say what round. I have no idea. 4th, 5th round, whatever. They will draft another quarterback, Quinn Ewers, and then have a veteran backup, and it won't be Noodles.
Yeah. Tua is gone.
Yeah,
Tua will be gone. He can throw interception somewhere else. He can turn the ball over somewhere else.
Gungun says, if the Jets shock the world and do the right thing, who would you like to see as their next head coach? Hey, Son X, don't smoke that entire roach. Oh boy, Mr. X.
Roach.
Yeah, it's like a small. Yeah, okay. It's way too early to delve into that. We don't even know who's going to be available. Way too early. Way too early.
I agree. We'll have a better knowledge on it during the off season when coaches get canned. Coaches decide to leave. OCs are like looking for head coaching jobs. We'll get a better understanding around then.
Freedom says, Grumpy, can you tell the audience about guys like Pat Flatley, Dwayne Sutter, et cetera, and how vital to success they were? Okay, never mind. Just need to get it past X. Did they get you gifts or did you receive the shaft again? I did get a gift from X. I did not get one from TJ, but I didn't tell him what I wanted. So he wanted to get me something. Hold on a second. Let me see. So I'm not throwing either one of them under the bus for Christmas, but they did pretty well for us.
Actually propped up. I got you something.
Hold on. You feel you should be propped up for doing what you're supposed to do?
No. One of your sons got you a gift. The other one didn't.
Yeah, but he was nagging me about it. I just didn't give him an answer.
I nagged you about it. You didn't give me one. So I just went through my own goodness in my heart. And I went out and got you something anyway. You're welcome, Grumpy. You're welcome.
I didn't say that you didn't get me something. I'm just, what was the rest of the comment?
That was it. You read it.
But he mentioned something about Pat Flatley and Dwayne Sutter. Yeah,
you said just said that to get past me.
Okay. Very good. I like it. Good. All right. Drew says, I still think when push comes to shove, it'll come crunch time in the NFC Championship. The Rams will beat the Seahawks.
I could agree with that. It's Sam Darnold effect.
I'm leaning towards San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
I am.
Wow. They're in a fight right now with Chicago.
28-21.
At home.
Okay, I don't think Chicago's that good.
You keep saying that, but they keep winning against teams that they shouldn't be.
Okay, but how do they look? How are they looking?
21 points? You think that's bad?
They got a pick six for a touchdown, and their defense is just San Francisco just walked right through them all game.
We'll see what happens.
2 touchdown runs for Brock Purdy and 2 for Christian McCaffrey.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. Guru says, when all is said and done, which Stearns will be considered an all-time Mets great, David or John? David Stearns is just to give you a little background, David Stearns is the Mets general manager, and John Stearns was a catcher.
John.
Okay. Well, John never turned out to be a great player. I remember he was part of I think they got him from Toronto. He was supposed to be really good. He was all right. He was serviceable. David Stearns needs to do better than he's doing before I get annoyed.
That's why I said John.
Yeah, I know that. Freedom Fund Rancher says, interstellar talk here in Florida that the Bucks would have been wiser to retain their assistant GM and OC by promoting both to the big jobs. Hard to argue, but time will tell. Offensive coach is now the Jags head coach. Liam Cohen is the Jaguars' new head coach. I'll tell you what, Trevor Lawrence has looked really good the last 6 weeks.
Jacoby Myers, we talked about this. Jacoby Myers has turned that team around.
He's given them that possession receiver that they really needed. Very dependable. He dropped the pass today. He pitched the ball Etienne on a.
Yeah, that I was like, what in the hell are they doing there? I was like, while they were driving right down the field.
So unnecessary.
It really was. They're walking down the field to score.
That's something where, and they were down 10-0. That's something where you want to keep that in your back pocket for a playoff game in a big situation, not in a regular season game. Drew says, some NBA news, whilst being one of the most banged up teams in the league, my New York Knicks have been the hottest team since the NBA Cup championship. And last night, another second-year player broke out for us. Okay.
Honestly, after the stuff that came out with, the rigging of games, honestly, I don't think I'll ever watch basketball again. I would usually watch. Now I will admit this. I'm not gonna. I don't watch regular season basketball games. I would usually watch the NBA Finals, though. I don't think I'm even gonna watch the NBA Finals.
Oh wow!
I usually would watch the playoffs. I usually watch the playoffs, but I don't think I will now.
I would say the major 4 sports, basketball is number 4, and it's not even close between 3rd and 4th. I used to love basketball, but
what would you say are the major 4 sports?
Hockey, basketball, baseball, and football.
You think hockey is more popular than soccer?
For me.
For you. Gotcha. Okay, for you. I thought you were talking about in general. I was like, the most popular sport on the planet is soccer.
Okay.
Next is cricket.
Well, all right, X. We're talking about the United States. Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay.
It's
You didn't
football.
clarify. You didn't say that, but
I mean, basketball is absolutely dropping in popularity.
yeah, it is. Yeah. I'll say the most popular sport in this country is football. Hands down is football. Then probably baseball. Then I would say it's basketball and then hockey, just based on viewership.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Guggen says, Grumpy, as a young bloke playing football with friends, did tempers flare and punches get thrown? Son X, was your fastball once compared to a cyclone?
No, my fastball is not compared to a cyclone. No.
No, we never really got pissed off when we played football with friends. I mean, I don't think there was ever any punches thrown. I was competitive as hell when I was younger, though.
I feel like everybody was competitive as hell. Nobody likes to lose.
I will say that our family is very competitive.
Our family is very competitive.
I mean, that's why when we go up against other families, they don't stand a chance. Most of them are weak.
Ooh.
Right? Is it not true, though?
Grumpy, you know what I think we need to do? I think you guys need to do the thing that we've mentioned to you about Thanksgiving.
Against who? The sad little puppets that are now part of your family? Those kids?
No, they'd be on our team.
What?
They'd be on our team.
Well, we're going to lose then.
No, we're not. We would win. We would win.
I bet you me, you, and TJ could beat the whole 5 of them.
Did you already read this?
No. Drew says, I'm forever grateful my front office knows what they're doing by firing that old bag Thibodeau and hired Mike Brown. Next stop is the ship. It's probably ship. He's not the chip. I don't know what the chip is.
The championship.
Because Oklahoma City is losing to the Spurs. Okay. Oklahoma City, I think, has lost 3 games all year.
Honestly, Oklahoma City, it's I hate them. I
think the referees really helped them out last year in the finals.
Absolutely. Did you look up the numbers for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the amount of free throws that he had compared to entirety of teams?
I did not. I just watched the games, and I'm like, they got every single call. It seemed like they were absolutely in favor of Oklahoma City, and they didn't need to be because Oklahoma City is going to be good for a long time. They're a young team. They're really good.
He received more free throws than the entirety of teams did in the playoffs. Just Shai Gilgeous-Alexander alone.
Okay.
Think about it. Anytime he was touched, it was a foul. It was taking shots.
Like I said, just watching the games last year, I thought that the NBA absolutely was in favor of Oklahoma City. That's all I said. Drew says, not only the league, Brian Daboll loves Shedeur Sanders as well. If everyone loved him, he wouldn't have went in the 5th round.
Why did they pick Jackson Dart over him then if they loved him so much?
It's not true. It's not true. They interviewed him, and Brian Daboll did not like him. Absolutely did not. Drew says, guys, I think a weather alert went off on Grumpy's unsilenced phone. You know who it was?
Who?
It was TJ.
Oh, my God.
Drew adds, I kid you not, I texted in the group chat that whoever 18 on the Bills was, I wondered if it was David Tyree Jr. Then I realized it was Brandon Cooks. Yeah, Brandon Cooks. Remember Brandon Cooks, X? What's the one thing he did that always drove me crazy?
Ran around in circles during the Super Bowl and got knocked out.
He got his ass knocked out.
Yes.
And still, Brady still threw for 505 yards with no weapon. They did him and Gronk. That's it. That's all he had. Drew says Buffalo did inquire on trying to grab Jalen Waddle at the deadline, but they ultimately said no because they didn't want to pay a first-round pick for him. I thought that was dumb. Like I said, there's a point in time where you have to say, we're going for it. We're pushing our eggs, we're pushing our chips to the middle of the table. It's like when I talk about the Islanders. There's a time when they're going to need to push their chips to the center of the table. Now is not the time.
This is the time for the Bills.
That's right.
Josh Allen have a finite window of Josh Allen being at the top of his game. A finite window still left. You need to go all in.
What do you? I mean, we don't want to give up a first-round pick. Okay. Well, you need better do something because you can't just roll out.
Better be a home freaking run that you hit as a wide receiver.
You need to really look at free agency, trade for somebody, do a sign and trade for somebody you want. He needs weapons. He's 30, 31, whatever he is. I'm not saying he's on the downside, but how many big years does he have left? 4.
Josh Allen's 29.
He's 29. Okay,
Yes.
still 4 or 5. Remember, a lot of it is on his physicality and his ability to run. Eventually, he's not going to be able to do that anymore. Just take so many shots, right? I know we still want to talk about the college football playoffs and give our predictions, but we'll just do this one more comment, X, and then we'll.
Oh, by the way, well, hold on. I do want to put this up real quick. Drew said, God, y'all don't understand sarcasm if it slapped you in the face. He was joking around about how Brian Daboll loved him. Is what
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, he said, you seriously thought I was serious about the Daboll comment? Jeez, get a grip.
I don't know.
I thought you were being serious for a second. That's all. I was like, whoa, hold on.
Drew's wrong just about all the time. Like when he said he was going to beat me in fantasy football this year, that went by the way.
That is true. That is true.
Gungun says, if the Patriots and Seahawks face up again in the Super Bowl, will the game end on another bonehead play on the call on the 1-yard line? Should Pete Carroll have been convicted of this crime? It's funny. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have ran Marshawn Lynch again, but he was in close, from the 1 and the 2-yard line. He was not very successful that year with the Seahawks, which is interesting. You would think him being beast mode, it would be, but that was not the case. And
you know what Marshawn Lynch did after they ended up throwing the interception?
I don't cry.
He laughed at Pete Carroll.
Yeah. Well,
here's my thing. Even if you're going to do a pass play, right, at least have him in the game. At least have him on the field so the defense doesn't know what you're going to do. At least have him in the game. Bare minimum, have him in the game because you have to prepare like he's going to run the ball. You have to load the box if he's in there. I don't know why they didn't even put him out there on the field. It was just stupid. That was just stupid. That was just dumb.
Yeah, well, but that particular play, which the Patriots had scouted, and to their credit, they knew what they run from at that particular time in that formation. They knew it, and they practiced it the Friday before with Malcolm Butler because he was the guy who got put in on that particular package for that particular situation. And Malcolm Butler made a play. It's about executing plays, right?
Yeah,
is what it is. Freedom says, anyone watch Jake Paul lose? Very happy with the work my Gators did with the new staff of coaches and GM. Isles also right direction. Dolphins need to follow suit this offseason. That's fair.
We did. We didn't even talk about the Jake Paul fight, and I think it was in our title last week's show. We didn't talk about it at all.
Yeah, that's right. Because you argued about the same stupid, ridiculous things you always do. You go on a half an hour because you're just not willing to move from topic to topic. Too busy complaining, X.
You can't handle the truth without being wrong, Grumpy. That's what it is.
Anyway, I'm glad he lost. I'm glad he got his ass knocked
out. Broke his jaw.
Good. Maybe I'll shut him up.
Jaw. He has to get it wired.
I don't like that kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You could see clearly. You could look in his mouth. He absolutely broke his jaw. He really could have gotten killed in there. I don't think whoever he fought went as hard as he could have.
Who was the guy who fought him?
He was an ex-champion in boxing.
He was a guy who couldn't beat. Was it the Fury? He couldn't beat Fury.
It was the I don't know who it was. It was a little. He fought somebody, a little chubby guy who was shorter than him. Little chubby Hispanic guy, Mexican guy. I can't remember what his name was.
I don't know.
He beat him and ended up taking the belt from him.
You know what? It just shows you the state of boxing.
This was a long time ago, though. He hasn't boxed professionally in a while.
Okay, and he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he absolutely killed him. I mean, the other guy, I'll say the guy's still in great shape. The former boxer.
It's tough. He's lucky that he fought Jake Paul. That's all I'm going to say. Lucky he fought him, because against a good fighter, he might have got his ass knocked out. Jake Paul.
He did get knocked out.
No, Jake, the guy who fought him.
Oh, sure.
Out.
Sure.
It usually doesn't work well when you take a number of years off of the ring. It just doesn't work.
But when you're fighting, a joke, I mean, you can still do that.
It just shows you how the fact that I can't even remember the guy. I remember the name. I'm like, was he even anything? I think maybe I thought he fought 3 fights against somebody and couldn't get the win.
It was Tyrone Woodley.
Tyrone Woodley. Oh yeah, Tyrone Woodley. Gosh, he was retired for a long time.
Oh, sorry, Anthony Joshua is who fought.
Anthony Joshua, that's the guy.
My bad. Sorry. Yeah,
that's Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he was a champion, I think, at some point.
He was a champion.
Okay.
Hold on, look up who he lost to.
Who beat him? I mean, did a guy named Wilder beat him? I don't know. I mean, he was
Andy Ruiz Jr. That's who it was. Here, I'll pull up his picture.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, you could put up, like, it could look like the FBI most wanted list. I'm not going to know who the hell he is.
You will. You'll notice him when I pull it up.
Oh, where's the picture? How come it's not up yet?
There he is, right there.
I don't remember this fight.
You don't remember that guy?
These guys. No,
I remember that fight.
But look at disgusting. It just, I mean, it's the state of boxing in general, the heavyweight division, just terrible. Everyone should know the heavyweight champion of the world. It used to be the case. Now no one does. Okay, X. Do we want to talk about the? Let's talk about the playoffs before we hit the rest of those comments there, Mr. X. You know, it was a good movie, X, from 1952.
What?
Singing in the Rain. It's a good movie.
Nice. These are
Do you know that song? Do you know that song?
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. Yeah. All right.
Here we go. We have the final 8 teams, the quarterfinals, if you will. Wednesday evening, 7:30, New Year's Eve, when we'll be doing our Islanders Never Say Die podcast. You have the Ohio State Buckeyes against Miami of Florida. Who are you picking in that game, Mr. X, and why?
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Miami plays for the fraud ACC, and they're not winning.
Okay. How's the ACC doing in the bowl games this year?
Not good.
I thought they were doing pretty well, actually.
They were at the beginning. They have really fallen off a cliff towards the end.
Well, what's their record, X?
Hold on.
I mean, why don't you bring up the conference records in the bowl games? I think that's interesting.
It says they're currently 500.
Okay. What about the SEC? Your vaunted SEC. You know, the one that you think should be in every set. They should have 12 teams in the top 12. How about them, X?
Okay, hold on one second. All right. Oop. Hold on.
Why don't you just put up 2025 bowl record by conference?
You got to give me a second to pull it up. If you just wait half a second, it would be great.
TJ used to be so good at doing that.
Well, you know what? He had a lot of practice doing this before I did.
I don't think you know how to word the what you want in your bar there.
This is wrong. This is not up to date.
2025. Because I'm interested what the Big Ten is, that fraud conference, the SEC. Those are the big ones, right? And the ACC is 500.
Give me a second. I'm back out of this crap. Okay.
I'll go, and I think Indiana's going to stomp Alabama. I don't think it'll be close. Honestly, I'm going to pick Miami against Ohio State, just to do it. I want to do that, Mr. X.
Big 10 is 5-0. Big 12 is 2-0. ACC is 4-4. American Conference is 4-3. Conference USA is 3-3. MAC is 2-3. Sun Belt's 2-4. SEC is 2-4. Not to mention the SEC had 2 teams that played against each other in one of their bowl games.
So that's why they were able to get 1 win out of that.
Well, they also got a loss out of it too.
Well,
so that's a dead eat. You're not going to get anything off that.
So they should be 1-3. Then it's supposed to 2-4, right?
Sure, 1-3. They also Georgia hasn't played, whereas Oregon's already played and played a really easy team.
Okay, they still won 5-0. 5-0 for the Big Ten. Ohio State hasn't played yet. Indiana hasn't played yet.
Okay. So when Miami lose to Ohio State, they're going to be 4-5. When Georgia wins this week, they'll be 3-4. Ole Miss is probably going to win this week too.
Well, let's go back. I just want.
Sorry. Well, no. Sorry, that's another game. Sorry, Ole Miss and Georgia play against each other, so that's another game where you're going to have no score. You're going to have no score.
Oh well, let's just say they don't seem to win a lot of bowl games.
Well, when your bowl games don't count because you keep playing against each other, it's kind of tough. It'd be like if 2 Big Ten teams are playing against each other. Well, one team's going to lose, right? There's going to automatically be a loss and automatically be a win.
That probably won't be till like the championship final, Ohio State against Indiana, rematch of that game, Mr. X. All right, so let's look back at the bowls and see who you're going to pick and who I'm going to pick. I'm just picking Miami because do I think Miami's better than Ohio State? No, I don't.
Miami aren't winning.
I think it helps that it's a neutral site game. It's the Cotton Bowl down in Texas. I think, and you're picking Ohio State. I'm just picking Miami on a lark. I think Ohio State is better. They're probably going to win, but what the heck? I'm going to pick Miami of Florida. Then on New Year's Day, we have a triple header. We have first the Orange Bowl at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That always used to be like 8 o'clock.
The night game.
The night game always used to be the night game. You have Oregon and Texas Tech. I think Oregon steamrolls Texas Tech. I don't think they're very good.
Their defense is good.
Yeah, I don't see Oregon losing to Texas Tech.
BYU ended up beating Duke or whoever they played against.
Georgia Tech.
Or yeah, they ended up beating Georgia Tech. They came back and beat them.
Yeah, I saw that. That was surprising.
Georgia Tech's one of the better teams in the ACC.
Yeah, they had a big lead in that game and they lost, spread it away.
Yep.
So who you picking? Texas Tech and Oregon X?
I got Texas. Just because I hate Oregon, I want Texas Tech to win, so I'll pull for Texas Tech.
Okay, so you're predicting Texas Tech will win.
I'm pulling for Texas Tech. Do I think Texas Tech is going to win? Maybe. Oregon's really only an offensive team. Their defense sucks. They give up a lot of points. Texas Tech's defense is good. It's going to be, can Texas Tech hold off Oregon's offense? If they can't, I probably have Oregon winning, but I want Texas Tech to win.
Okay. All right. So you're picking Oregon to win.
Sure.
Long story short, this is the pick'em segment, not the who you want to win, who you picking.
Well, I gave who I wanted to win and who I'm picking.
Okay. So you're picking Oregon.
Yeah.
Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. Oregon, Indiana versus Alabama. Who you picking in that one, X?
Alabama really shouldn't have even been there because Oklahoma should have beat them at home. But the kicker absolutely taking bribes is the reason why they ended up losing the game.
Who are you picking to win the game, X?
I have Indiana winning.
Okay. I have Indiana winning also. I just don't think Alabama's good enough. Indiana is really strong on both sides of the ball. Their lines are really, really good. And I just think it's a magical year for them. I'm rooting for Indiana all the way, but I'm picking them to win this game just because I think they're better. The Sugar Bowl is Georgia against Ole Miss.
Georgia.
I tell you what. I don't think Georgia's that good. I don't think Ole Miss is that great. They play from that made-up conference, the SEC, which is 67%, a 33% winning percentage, not good enough. But I'm going to pick Georgia. I'll pick Georgia over Ole Miss, Indiana, Oregon, and should I pick Ohio State or Miami? I'm going to pick Ohio State because I want Georgia to get beat the next round. But it wouldn't shock me if Miami won. Okay. That being said, are you going to watch all those games, X, on New Year's Day?
I might not.
Oh, I mean, that's like football all day long, 12 o'clock to 12.
I might not. I don't know. That just depends.
Okay. All right, X. Let's bang out the rest of the comments then, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Freedom says, Grumpy and Son X, do you guys miss sports when it wasn't so feminine and the refs weren't so horrific? Name a league and team you want to see together in person. Okay. I thought you were talking about the feminine refs, who I absolutely hate. They suck. That's the only thing she does, the little blonde pony.
You gotta kick the leg up too. You gotta kick the leg up too.
She's always late to the spot, and she's got to look for one of the men to tell her what to call. They go, okay. She's terrible. Nightmare. Yeah, I don't like the wussification of sports, actually. I like the more physical contact.
Do you like it when guys were getting CT?
Yes, I did. They get paid a lot of money. That's your sacrifice.
You lose motor functions.
And by the time you run out of money, you're not going to know about it anyway. So
Oh my God.
It says, Grumpy, as at this very moment, how well stocked are your water bottles? Should Cenex replace them right now? Full throttle? Okay. I have been filling up the water. X is not. X, how much did you steal out of my refrigerator yesterday? Because you weren't here today. Maybe that's why everything went so smooth. Maybe that's why the refrigerator is stocked.
I wasn't here. I wasn't there. So.
You were there yesterday, though.
I helped you with your battery yesterday.
That's true. You did. Freedom Fund Adventure goes, a few episodes ago, Sonex went on a several-hour meltdown on a topic. Eventually, Grumpy gave his best delivery of X is fucked up, man. That needs to be clipped. Yeah, dude.
Freedom can't handle the truth.
That's the one thing with X, man. When he starts tunneling up on shit, you got to cut him. Just got to cut him off at the knees. Just go on, move on. Drew says, Grumpy, you can never buy the 49ers stock because when it comes to crunch time, Kyle Shanahan will always find a way to choke it away. Now, Drew, I'm going to agree with you. That is a distinct possibility.
Yep.
It is. Drew says, why does Fred Warner's wife look like Steph Curry's wife? Well, I don't know. Maybe you should pull up both pictures and we can look at them side by side. I will admit that I do not look at the wives of athletes. Just don't do it. I figured that they're all probably way hotter than the guys. Probably you're looking at them and say, wow, you outkicked your coverage, but then you forgot, a lot of their coverage is aligned in the green, so to speak. So then that attracts women. I think it does a lot of times. Not always, but a lot. Can you pull those names up? I will continue reading comments if you can pull those names. Fred Warner, wife, and Steph Curry.
I got it already.
I don't know if you have like a little.
Steph Curry's wife right here. This is Fred Warner's wife right here.
Okay, you need to make it a little bigger.
Oh my God. That is Fred Warner's wife. You see?
Yeah, let me go to a better looking picture than her wearing a hat.
And then this is Steph Curry's wife.
Okay, yeah, I guess they look a little similar. Are we trying to say that the same person?
Steph Curry's wife, Fred Warner's wife.
I guess they look similar. I guess
they do look similar.
They look a little.
But they're definitely not the same person.
Okay. Freedom says, Grumpy, how much in inventory was looted after dinner this evening? Not much. X was not here, so really not much.
So
stupid. I mean, usually he leaves. He's got a bag full of shit.
A bag full of shit
every day.
Hey, you always ask me paper or plastic. So,
well, the ward just gives you free reign. Drew says Pittsburgh did have the opportunity to take Jackson Dart, but chose to draft a defensive tackle instead. Well, there you get what you get. Now, that being said, how long does Jackson Dart realistically last?
Not long. He plays a style where he's going to have a very short career.
Yeah.
Just like Jaden Daniels.
And okay. Jaden Daniels is a little bit different. He doesn't
RG3 2.0, buddy.
RG3
2.0.
Let me finish, please. You don't see Jaden Daniels encouraging getting hit. I'm not going to change the way I play. Yeah, dude, you ain't going to last. He might not even make it to his second contract. He takes a lot of shots. Jaden Daniels gets hit, but he goes down. He doesn't unnecessarily take shots. Jackson Dart does.
Let me hyperextend my elbow because I'm fragile and decisive.
Adventure says, Grumpy, I love you, but get your eyes and ears checked. Mason
Thank you.
Marchman absolutely tried to injure 48. Third time he targeted him. He also targeted others, not Marchenko. Why was I thinking it was Marchenko? Oh, well, 48's not the same since targeted. Okay. I think his numbers are a little bit down because teams know they really have to account for him now. And the Islanders have been playing a different style. They've been playing that lay it back style. When they get a lead, they just kind of just play in a neutral zone. But I encourage anyone to read the article in the New York Post today about Mike Sullivan talking about Matthew Schaefer.
Somebody for the Bears looks like they might have a little Achilles injury, Grumpy.
Those Achilles injuries, man, those are really, really bad.
Biked through the why are there so many Achilles injuries now in the NFL? A lot of them.
Maybe they're a little muscle bound or something. I don't know.
Do you think it's these guys, just the way that they work out and the training that they do? Maybe their calf muscles are now bigger than they used to be previously, and it puts more strain on the Achilles where it just snaps now.
They usually start with calf injuries.
Yeah, and then they works its way down and just snaps. I'm
Right.
just saying you're seeing an increase in Achilles tears compared to 15, 20 years ago. An Achilles tear was not common. There's at least five to six a year now.
Well, everyone is so jacked up. And in baseball, right? What do you see all the time? Like baseball players all jacked up
all the time.
Oblique injuries.
Which you never used to see.
Never. I never even heard of an oblique back in the day. I mean, nobody heard of oblique injuries.
Nope. Oh, and then here, Freedom says it's not okay, it's not acceptable, and no other team allows this or doesn't have one fighter.
Yeah, I thought today was the March.
Oh, this is great. Freedom says, Grumpy, you're becoming as soft as TJ's abs. There, I said it, and someone needed to.
Gosh, my goodness.
Oh, Grumpy.
I think that's uncalled for. Drew says the Panthers got a second and fifth round pick for Brian Burns. I bet you it didn't take Drew 15 minutes to pull that up either.
I pulled it up and I read it, and I said it to you, and you said first, and I said no, fifth, five.
Mario Vargas says, you are right, Grump. Not every team cheats. It's true. Not every team does. A lot of them, most of them do, though. A lot of them do. They do whatever they can to get ahead. I think they skirt the line of legal and illegal. That's what I think they do. What's it saying, Raceland? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Is that what they say?
Something like that.
Something like that. Next comment, please, Mr. X. Drew says it's not even the fact that Bowles' defense is bad. That's always been the case. But Josh Grizzard isn't scheming up Bucky Irving, who is Tampa's best offensive weapon, especially around the goal line. Yes, Sean Tucker has been getting not all of the vast majority, though, of those goal line touches. He's a good short yardage back, though. They've had a ridiculous amount of injuries this year, though, Tampa. I think if they had been healthy all year, the Panthers don't even sniff the playoffs. They've been really banged up, their offensive line, a lot of injuries. Both their wide receivers are out. Just, and Ibuke seems to have hit the wall a little bit, the one receiver spot.
Drew sent something here. He sent a couple of things here. It says, since Chiefsaholic went to prison, the Kansas City Chiefs have lost to Super Bowl, lost Patrick Mahomes to a torn ACL and LCL, missed the playoffs for the first time in over a decade, finalized plans to leave Missouri. He was holding that franchise together.
Okay, X, did we talk about the Chiefs moving to Kansas?
No.
Okay. They're getting a real sweetheart deal. I don't know how far Kansas City, Kansas is, or wherever they're going to be to Kansas City, Missouri. But, man, oh, man, you're really leaving a lot of fans saying
high and dry.
Yeah. I mean, they've supported the Chiefs forever. Even when the Chiefs were not great, they showed up every Sunday.
Yep.
I feel bad for those fans. It's not like that the attendance is declining. They want to get a new stadium deal. I love Arrowhead Stadium. I think it's a great stadium. It's older, sure, but I think it's great. Why not just, I don't know. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Agreed. Grumpy,
you're going to do it, though, right?
Yeah. Grumpy, you're going to like this one. This is also sent in by Drew. It says, the old helmet in Tom Brady's closet after watching 44-year-old Phillip Rivers play for the Colts.
Yeah, that's fair.
We have a new world to conquer. You make me sick.
Leave me alone, please.
Hiding in the shadows. Hiding from who you truly are.
Oh.
You can't escape yourself.
Seriously, if Tom Brady came back and played today, he'd be a top 10 quarterback in the league. Maybe even top 5, honestly. Probably number 1. Well,
he would be up there.
He'd be up there.
44-year-old Phillip Rivers is a better QB than Patrick Mahomes in 2025. Completion percentage over the last 2 games. Phillip Rivers 66.1, Mahomes 49.1. Passing yards 397 to 349. Passing yards per attempt 6.4 to 5.7. Passing touchdowns 3 to 0. Interceptions 2 to 4. Rating 86.6 to 39.5. Points per game, 21.5 to 11.5. Age, 44-30.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback. Not great. Good. He needs weapons. When he has weapons, when he doesn't have weapons, what does his team look like? Just like a non-playoff team is what they look like, right?
Correct.
Is that fair? Non-playoff team?
Correct. And this is also another submission by Drew. It says the 2026 Pro Bowl games wide receivers that were selected: Puka Nacua, George Pickens, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Brown St. Brown. I agree with that. Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Zay Flowers. What is Zay Flowers even doing here?
Masquerading as a Pro Bowl wide receiver?
Like, his numbers were terrible this year. I mean, do you think he's getting in based on name value alone? I mean, he's got to be.
He has that much name value. What's his name value?
He was Zay Flowers. I mean, he played well, his rookie year?
He's been okay. There's nothing special. I'm just trying to think of which wide receiver has been really great this year.
Not him.
None of them on my fantasy team. That much I could damn well tell you.
This is not so fun fact. Draymond Green surpassed $1 million in NBA fines this week. Wow.
Grow up.
Fined $1 million.
Grow up, dude. Grow up. Grow up.
Yeah, sad. And then here's another one here, Grumpy. We'll play this one. Oop. Let me maximize it here. Sorry, it says the Giants whenever they're about to get the number 1 pick in the draft. Boom. It's LeBron James just absolutely playing out his butt.
Are they trying to say the Giants are going to get a great number 1 overall pick?
No, it's saying that their team plays ridiculously well and screw themselves out of a pick.
Yeah, that's what a lot of shitty teams do. They play crappy all year and then they win. Oh, the Islanders do that too, right? They play crappy usually most all the year and then they'll close out with a winning streak, take them out of the top 2 pick.
Yep.
Who says the 3 running back committee between Irvin, Tucker, and Rashad White has been putrid. Tampa's at best when Bucky is used like a workhorse. I could see why they use Sean Tucker in the short line yardage situation. He's really, really good in that situation. Rashad White should be on the outs. He should be just opening in case one of the other guys are hurt.
Yep.
Who says especially around the goal line, nonetheless. Okay. Freedom says, I agree with Sun X and what the Dolphins should do at a quarterback. Will they retain McDaniel? The owner loves him, but a fresh start is needed.
Yes.
Good contract sucks and let him go. Didn't need to sign him when they did. Yeah, that was a big decision, right? After that, 50-year option, do you sign him?
You'd almost rather him retire.
He's not going to retire.
I know, but you'd almost rather, as an organization, him retire.
If you had $99 million guaranteed coming to you, are you going to retire?
No. But I think they said that if he retires and it's because of medical issues, that he would get the full contract.
Well, but he's not been listed as hurt. He's just been benched for being shitty.
It's like you almost throw him out there for the last game of the year and just hope he gets another concussion after the
Come on.
I know.
Hope he gets hurt.
Yeah. He's concussed again.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. Drew says, Grumpy, check the chat logs. Never said I was gonna beat you. And he actually
I don't think he actually said he was gonna beat you.
He sent in the chat logs because he was upset with you defaming.
I think what he said was we meet again or something like that. Something like that, I think.
Yeah.
So we meet again or something like that.
Yeah.
He was I could tell there was a little snark to it though. Thought he was gonna win. Didn't happen. Sorry. Freedom of Event says, Sunex, what pitches did you have in your repertoire? What was your best?
I wasn't a pitcher. I played third base and outfield. I didn't pitch. So
you played second base too. Second base also.
Yeah, second base as well.
We never got the pickleball video that were promised.
No, don't have them.
It made TJ look bad. That's why we don't have them.
Mm-hmm.
Drew said, I stayed silent virtually all year. I know that was tough from Drew also. And there's Drew again. X, I actually dare Grumpy on this show to pull up the fantasy DMs. Make sure you check him on it too.
He agrees. He said that you did not say that you.
I believe his thing was, so we meet again, something like that. That's what I think he said. But I think last year he beat me. I believe he did. I can't remember from year to year, honestly. That is the matter of fact, the year that I won, I didn't even remember that I won the year previous. But this year, since I beat Son X in the finals and I beat Drew in the semifinals, I'm going to remember this one for a long, long time.
And Freedom said, look, teams aren't going to say that they don't like a player or a guy's got issues. They don't want bad blood with anyone, especially agents, colleagues, etc. Yeah, I agree with that.
Colleges.
Oh, colleges, etc. Yeah, I agree with that. They stay very, they almost are like politicians. They're not going to give one-sided answer or another one. They ride the fence on it. They'll be like, yeah, we're thinking on it. Is what they usually will say. Some non-answer answer is what they always provide.
Yeah, very true.
Yep,
very true. Drew says, "There we go now. Grumpy's being honest, except the snarky part. It's usually destiny that me and Grumpy meet in the playoffs outside of last year."
And he also said, "I used to brag a lot more, or a lot, not anymore though. It's too much energy wasted."
He did. He used to talk a lot of shit.
Yep.
That's
all right,
he used to.
Grumpy. Anything you want to say before?
I never talk shit with fantasy. I don't do it.
Only if somebody else talks shit, we can talk shit.
Yeah, if somebody talks shit about me, absolutely. I always try to take the high path. Always.
Yeah, you do. I will agree.
It's not worth people getting their, getting upset or get their feathers ruffled over silly fantasy football or hockey or baseball or any of that stuff. Just not worth it. You know what? If we had a fantasy basketball league, I bet you Drew would win.
And he said, "Grumpy, you're such a liar. You always talk shit."
I only talk shit to you, Drew, because you talk shit to me.
And he said, maybe I'll poke fun at Grumpy once every blue moon if I win when it matters, but I was a lot younger and full of energy back then.
Yeah, but he used to, and I didn't forget it. I didn't forget it. Now, here's the thing. When people start doing that, I don't forget. I do not forget. And that's the only reason I pick on Drew. Because he's, Drew's a good guy. He can handle it. He cussed me out in Japanese, and I wouldn't know what the hell he was saying.
That is probably true.
It is true.
He probably put it on there, and it would be like, Grumpy is a loser and dumb. Something like that.
Whatever it is. I don't know. I can't speak Japanese. I can't speak anything except their English. Anybody can speak two languages smarter than me. That's
absolutely. But anyway, Grumpy, anything you want to say before we log off today?
Yeah, we have our show next Sunday. We're going to do the Islanders show Thursday. We're going to Wednesday. We're going to do it earlier in the day, Mr. X, than 9:00. It's New Year's Eve. Do you have off New Year's Eve?
I don't know if I have off New Year's Eve. I might have to work New Year's Eve and then get New Year's Day off. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're going to do an Islanders show on New Year's Eve.
Oh, my God.
a little shorter.
Ed Grumpy. Translate that.
Oh, that's Prince. Wasn't that Prince's name? Name to the symbol?
I have no idea.
Can't help me there.
But anyway, anything else?
Wait, I think I can translate it. Put it up.
Oh no, we're not. No, we're not playing that game.
No, put
anything you want to say before?
Anything nasty? Just put it up. I bow to Grumpy, the greatest fantasy player of all time. Okay, thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
All right. Anything you want to say before we log off?
Yeah, love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't, from Son X and the Grumpy Old Man. And if you don't listen to us on the Islanders Never Say Die podcast, Happy New Year as well.
Yep. And I just want to thank everybody for coming out and listening. As always, love the interaction in the comments, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks, Grumpy.
My pleasure.